Well, hello there guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at Regiments gameplay. There is a free demo currently on Steam to actually take a look at the game, and I'm going to be jumping in today. So I have looked at the tutorial here, and we're going to actually be playing as the Warsaw Pact. We can also play as NATO against the Warsaw Pact as the Panzer Brigade 29. Let's do that. Let's play as NATO first, and the enemy will be defending as Warsaw Pact. You can see there's also a difficulty setting here. I'm sticking with Sergeant since I'm fairly new to the game, but this is just kind of a look at the battle. So let's assume command, take a look, and see how this game compares to games like Wargame Red Dragon, etc. I'm actually curious to see how it performs. So the goal is to, of course, capture all objectives and then hold them against enemy counterattacks. And if you guys look over here, since we are working with a Panzer Brigade, we're going to be taking essentially Panzer units, mainly Leopard tanks. There's quite a lot of nice Leopards here. We can also go ahead, drop a few more Leopards. We're even going to get some actual recon units here, and maybe put these four as well. So as you can see, we're going to be really trying to defend this area as best we can. I'll actually have a Martyr set up right there. I should have actually moved one of our other tanks in this area too, but this will have to be acceptable for now. Let's see. Got the Martyr Panzergren. That's it. We're going to have to go ahead and get started, guys. So we are beginning the game, and of course now our units are actually starting to move. Let's move towards the Soviet lines and wish us the best of luck. I don't think we got much in terms of actual reconnaissance, so that's going to be a problem. We also have an Alpha jet bomb. This beautiful baby is going to cause a lot of damage to the enemy. Here we go. Battle begins. I really already like the battle approach here. I'm going to start firing at armor. Stop, stop, stop. Keep firing, boys. Not sure if we should use our bomb now. I think we should wait just a little bit. Let's wait till we use that bomb. Come on, son. Alright, let's take this group of tanks. We're actually going to try to bypass the enemy. I really like the sort of tracks that the tanks leave, and just the easy-to-approach nature of the game here. It definitely looks like Wargame Red Dragon, but sort of simplified so far. Let's see if there's anything else that kind of stands out to us. Let's bring in some more Panzer Grenadiers. One cool thing about this unit, I think, is this is the one. Yes, if we press X, you guys see that? We can actually turn these into mobile infantry units. I absolutely love that. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with our mobile Martyr group. And as for our Leopards, we might as well move a little farther. It looks like we took out that Soviet position, but I want to start moving up there. You can also lower speed if you want and get it to like 6.6. This looks a little more realistic to me. But for some people it might be a little too slow. And let's go ahead and start pushing on these positions.
Roger.
Bring those infantry up as well. We absolutely want to try to use them. Now, of course, not all of our units can use infantry. Only the Martyr Panzergrens, for instance. I'd like to bring in another one if I can. But I think we can only keep essentially one of these units on the field at a time. So our goal should be to take these locations. Let's go! NATO attack! Come on, baby. I really like the firing and of course, the damage to the actual terrain itself, the gun sounds. It's all really well done. Fire. Right there, boys. Gotta move closer. Gotta move closer. We're just not spotting them.
Position ready. Over.
Be, of course, taking position Alpha, which will be very useful for us. Although I think we'll have to use our Panzer Grenadiers to do that. You can see our unit is actually suppressed right now. So is their unit. I just want to keep pushing forward. This looks to be standard mechanized infantry. And we can actually see the infantry over here on the ground. My goodness.
Solid copy.
It doesn't hide them. Alright, well.
Reporting hostile fire. Over.
Pop up again, very reminiscent of the actual Wargame series. But I'm going to send the infantry here. No survivors on the enemy side, although we've also got no survivors here on our side. We've got to wait until we get something a little stronger, like a Gepard. Another thing I want to do is potentially call in that. Let's make it happen. We get this Alpha jet bomb. It looks like we're going to need 25 points for it. Or can we simply not call it in right now? That's bad. I really want to call in the Alpha bomb. Nonetheless, we're going to be getting the Gepard soon. This, of course, encompasses our entire group, I guess. So once we run out of men, we just run out of men. We've got to keep that in mind for future battles. They're doing quite a good job here. Luckily, we have taken Alpha, and hopefully we'll be bringing in that Gepard squad very soon. We still have some mortars. I'd love to use one of those. Let's push the Gepard squad in this way. And bring the supply vehicle up as well. I'm sure after that massive firefight, our guys are going to need a little bit of supply. But I do want to keep the momentum up, so I'm going to try to actually go through the woods here. I think that'll hopefully give us our best chances. Let's move Lux as well. And I'm going to keep the Leopards here to just keep an eye on the enemy. They've got Sidewinder missiles. I think our Leopards are in a lot of trouble. We've got to do something about that. There we go. Return fire. Good work. Good work.
Zone captured.
All right, so we have officially captured Alpha. We still have a bunch of zones to take, though. Looks like we've got a group of Martyr Panzer Grenadiers here. And I think that means, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't that mean an infantry unit as well? I believe so. So I'm going to push over here to Beta, and once we get to this location at the woods, I'll actually allow our units to get out and start returning fire. I think we're about to have enough points for that Alpha jet bomb, but we want to make sure to drop it in the right location as well. Push forward as well. Beautiful, guys. We got an additional task force here, so we can call in armored task forces, mainly armored task forces here. I think I'm going to go, we can go for something very heavy or something a little more affordable. I'm going to go for armored task force Schwartz. So now, of course, we should be able to bring in some additional tanks, etc. Martyr Panzer Grenadiers as well. I think right now, though, what we really need are tanks. So let's send in those Leopards. So Leopard. And here, we're immediately turning these guys into an infantry unit. And we're going to move forward on Beta. Wait a minute. We might have to change our tune.
Wilco, out.
Never mind, never mind. Open fire.
A lot of fire here.
Open fire, open fire.
Target destroyed.
Alright, our guys are definitely out of the vehicle. All we can really do now is return fire on those locations. And how are we doing over here by the woods? Let's see how our Leopards are doing. Not bad. We've got our Martyr group moving forward. Fire, boys, fire. Assist your fellow friends. Assist your allies during this fight, damn it. There we go. Beautiful. We've got some beautiful, actually, heat-seeking missiles.
Visual on the enemy.
Bringing another group of tanks over here. In fact, we might send them to attack this area over here, where the enemy quite rightly ambushed the hell out of us. But then again, I think we should put all of our focus here. It's probably not a great idea in this battle or in this game to spread your forces out too thin. You want to make sure to really have a main focus, especially with all of the tanks back here. Look at that. Let's try to bring in the Alpha Jet Bomb. Here we go, guys. Alpha Jet Bomb coming in. Let them have it, boys. Units as well, some Lux, some Martyr Panzer Grenadiers. And here comes the Alpha Jet Bomb, guys. He is suppressed. Did he drop it? He did. Oh, not nearly as effective as I was hoping, and it looks like only one of those Alpha Jet Bombs actually hit its target. Definitely not what we were looking for, to say the least. So at this point, I'm just going to really beef up this area here. Get everybody into the woods, prepare for a counterattack. Or really an attack to take Delta. And I think our Martyr Panzer Grenadier units have really proven themselves. I mean, just look at that. They are still in this fight. And they might be able to actually take this location at Delta. So I'm actually just going to start moving there. For sure, we're going to engage the enemy as we move. In fact, I'll make sure we do. I want to start taking out those mortars. But what's more important is that mechanized infantry. Let's open up. Also gives us an idea of how much damage we plan to do or can do against them, which is very helpful so that you're not just attacking units that you simply can't destroy.
Wilco, out.
Fire. Absolutely smashing us with those mortars, but I am not going to face them just yet. I want to move up and target these guys right here. In fact, I'm even going to move up here, sort of open ground, but just in an effort to target that rifleman unit. BTR and a tremendous amount of Soviet riflemen. We've got to put them down. There we go. So I want to get close so that we are really doing a lot of damage here. We just can't stay at a distance and expect to really do much. Okay, signs of a local counterattack. Estimates 1 to 3 platoons involved. So we know for sure that they're going to try to retake some of these points. For now, I want to target those riflemen and wipe them out, and I'm going to keep these units here in this wooded area. Feels safe to me. Oh, maybe it isn't. Fire, fire. Wonderful, boys. Keep it up. Some guys over there just in the actual wooded area to defend it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Panzer Grenadiers here at Alpha. In fact, I am going to have these guys get out of their vehicle, specifically just to defend the Alpha position here. Alright, heavy damage to enemy mortars there. That's what I like to see. And you know what? While we have these guys here, let's move them into Delta and make sure that we retake that position completely. We'll give them a moment's rest, boys. I want to get that Alpha jet bomb back. We almost have the ability to use it again, but we're going to be waiting a little bit longer than expected. Let's see what we got back here. That supply still hasn't really moved up.
Wilco, out.
Let's go straight into town at this point. We're going to push into Beta. And with our Leopard, I'm just going to push up and try to engage any resistance we've got in this area. Also might as well push up this Panzer Grenadier unit, as well as another group of Leopards. Let's send them right into town. Full attack.
Target destroyed.
Look at the amount of enemies here. I mean, this would be a perfect location for that jet bomb. And I mean perfect. Gamma location. They're just all pretty much in this area. Fire, fire. No surrender, boys.
We're getting a lot of fire.
Actually, let's target their tanks if we can. Let's face it, with this situation, we'll target anybody we can. In fact, I'm even going to push the units up from Alpha over here. As for the Delta units, I think they should just stay put. And as you can see, they are in need of supplies. So we're going to head over there immediately and give them those supplies while we move the rest of our boys forward. And yet another task force available. Bring in some pretty hot-to-trot units. So let's take a look there at the new task force. And I'm going to go for something pretty heavy. So let's go for the 245 Armored Task Force Regensglas. Or actually, let's go for Stiefpulde. This is not as expensive. And main battle tanks providing an expensive but powerful group. Yeah, let's call them in. So with 170, we can actually already bring in one. Let's make that happen. Group of advanced Leopards as we push forward here. We're about to be able to call in that that bomb as well, guys. I want to make sure we call it into the right position this time. Here we go. Everybody focus fire on the enemy. Got our Panzer Grenadiers moving up to Beta. And they are doing the same with their Red Guard units, trying to pretty much defend Beta with everything they have. Another group of Leopards. This is, of course, our upgraded group. And I might even bring in another group of Martyr Panzer Grenadiers if I can purchase them. It really depends, though, on if we can actually do that. Here we go, baby. An Alpha jet bomb. Let's actually call it into the town. I know this is controversial. Here we go. Best of luck. This is going to be really, really close. And I'm sorry for the people living in that town. Here we go. There's one. Oh! There's two. It hurt our unit more than it hurt theirs. It did do a tremendous amount of damage there to the guards, though, but wow. Do we have to get better at dropping those jet bombs. 171, more than enough to get more Leopards. Let's bring it in. Martyr Panzer Grenadiers, I'm just getting the men out of the vehicle so they can respond appropriately to this advancing guard unit here. Let them have it, boys. Let them have it. Good shooting. Good shooting. We're going to cut them down to size. And let's bring in a Gepard. This is just anti-air artillery, but also very useful against infantry. Look at those tracers. Additional Leopards, of course, arriving on the battlefield. They've put up a very good fight for this town, I must say. That's why we're going to need to bring in some more Martyr Panzer Grenadiers when we get enough points just to take back Beta, I think. And, of course, just put a lot of pressure here on the enemy tanks. We just took out, I think, a group, or nearly took out a group of their tanks. You see them exploding off in the distance. But hopefully when we wipe those out, it'll be a little bit easier to get up this road without getting destroyed. Here we go. Martyr Panzer Grenadier. Really good shooting by our boys. Onwards, let's take Gamma. We'll focus on Beta later. I just don't want them outside here, able to take out our units. Now, one thing I am noticing, and again, this game is still in early access, I believe, but is no units are left on the field. I kind of like to inspect my battles. You do see burned out vehicles, but the infantry are nowhere to be found. And I'm a big infantry guy, I must say, but I am really liking this right now. This is a very fun game. I could see myself playing this for hours, honestly. Return fire.
Roger, out.
I love also how we get that message about the possible counterattacks approaching. It just really gives us a good idea of, you know, what's going to be happening next and how to respond.
Got one.
Keep it up, Gepard. That Gepard is useful even against enemy vehicles. Let him have it. That is just beautiful, wiping that unit out. We're going to get this guy, the Panzer Grenadier unit, move him into Beta, and only there will I actually take them out of their vehicle. We can also get this M106 mortar. Now, this is a heavy mortar. I haven't tried it yet, but I sure want to. So let's bring that in. Get those Panzer Grenadiers up. If you guys are enjoying this video and you want to see more of Regiments, please make sure to let me know by hitting that like button, dropping a comment down below, and of course subscribing if you haven't already. Back here, I'm also going to go for Zeta, try to cause some panic in the enemy lines as well. Come on, boys. We could even flank attack them, but I really want to try to take this area. Look at that, an enemy tank, a T-55 group right there. We've got to respond to that now. Kill them, boys, kill them. Unfortunately, these guys are pretty low on supplies, which doesn't make our job any easier. Luckily, we're so close, we seem to be annihilating that unit with combined fire. I'm liking the look of that a lot. So we should be able to move into Zeta, hopefully without too much resistance. Here we go. Time to let our men out. Take this location, boys. Defend it with your lives. People in this town probably hate us after what we've done, but nonetheless, we're stopping the Soviet threat. So here we go, pushing those Leopards forward too. I'm also going to move up with our Martyr. And now we've got our mortar, so we can actually see how this works. I'm guessing we have to maybe, like, dismount them, something like this, or are they going to do their own thing? Let's try to dismount them the same way we did the infantry. That looks promising. There we go. Mortars firing. That is beautiful, guys. Of course, now hitting that location. We've got them suppressed. Make sure that Leopard has full capabilities of firing on that unit. Even that damaged Leopard would be very helpful here. Let's bring in another group, if we can. Right there. Bring in another group right there as well. And as you can see, once you start dominating the field in this game, it's a lot easier to bring in some additional units. Almost, well, I wouldn't say too easy, but it gets a lot easier than when you initially attack and you're getting shot at from multiple locations.
Roger.
Wipe out those tanks, boys.
Reporting hostile fire, over.
Beta's ours, and Gamma is also nearly ours. We're sending in our Martyr Panzer Grenadiers on a massive attack.
Got multiple wounded here.
Very soon we're going to have enough points also for a jet bomb. I'm going to want to bring that in, but let's wait just a little bit. Alright, another task force. Man, they just never end. Let's go for something with some decent infantry units. So this one, the Mechanized Task Force Cole, also has artillery smoke to essentially block the view of our approaching infantry units. Let's bring them in. We're going to send them right there to Epsilon. and we're also going to bring in some Jaguar anti-tank units. Not quite now, but eventually. You can also see that veterancy is affected in the game, so that's news to me. Your units will actually gain veteran status as they perform in battle. That's going to be very important here. It looks like the enemy's got some Katyushas that they are firing at us, and I must say, very effective fire from those Katyusha artillery barrages. Look at that. That is beautiful. Very beautiful. I want to get one more jet bomb, and then we'll get out of this game. But again, if you want to see some more, make sure to let me know in the comments.
It's too much. Move out. Move.
Love the weather, too. Just the lightning, the thunder is giving just a really nice effect. And there we go. Our bombs are ready. But I want to make sure we're actually attacking an area, so we're going to go ahead and attack with our Panzer Grenadiers. Once we spot resistance, we're going to let them fly. Actually, maybe we should let them fly now, because I'm seeing some approaching enemies over here.
No survivors.
Move, boys, move. Don't worry, you got help on the way. With that counterattack, I'm going to focus my mortars this way, the M106 mortars. Those are, of course, very large mortars. So we should be able to completely shut this area down.
Running out of ammo.
Love how the area looks like after a gunfight, too. That's done very well. Alright, come on. Let's have our planes come in. I don't even know if they're going to hit the area, but we're going to try. We're going to hope they do. Here come our Alpha Jet bombs. Be focusing fire on them as this occurs. Here we go. Oh, they're trying to hit us from down there. They're absolutely trying to hit us. They got one of our planes. Come on, let one go. Let one fly. No, he panicked. I'm not sure if he got the bomb off. No, he did not. So it just goes to show you, if you want to do that air support, make sure it's close to the front where you've got some men. Otherwise, their anti-air units might shut you down. Thanks so much for watching this, guys. I would absolutely play the game again, so I do hope that the devs will reach out to me and provide me with a release copy. This is something I am really enjoying.